What's up, amigos? This is Alex for tonight. And for tonight, since tonight is Halloween night, even though it's 1:38 a.m., I wanted to do this video for you guys tonight because I want to tell you guys a very scary story tonight. This story is called A Haunted House Among the Grave. So, let us begin. So, it all began around 1965 when this party around Halloween night began. But luckily, everyone was having a fun time, drinking wine, and having a slow dance, and so forth. Everyone was having a fun time, and then all of a sudden, this young couple was going to the bedroom to socialize. Let's just put it that. And without further question, why did they go in there? Just to get privacy? Well, which is quite obvious. But then after 5 minutes, after 10 minutes after, the power went out. And there was some crazy screaming going on. Like a shadowy figure was going across the hallway very quietly. And henceforth, the place will soon be haunted. But what they didn't know was this place was haunted, but they had no clue why, because some people are just too gullible to basically read the history of the house. So, all the party goers had to go find the generator or backup generator and turn it back on. But, unfortunately though, there was no generator around, so some certain people kept seeing ghosts or entities or shadowy figures are about. But luckily for them, they escaped those ghosts. And one of them just shrieked at the princesses dressed up for Halloween, and she screamed at the top of her lungs in total fear that she was afraid what the entity would do to her. But unfortunately, the ghost did nothing to her. So she basically made a break for it and just went to meet up with the others. And they had to use candles like this one that I'm holding, and they had to use it in total darkness because you don't know what type of ghosts may lurk around you. So they continued trying to solve the mystery of this so-called haunted house, but they don't know that it's haunted. So they went to ask a psychic about what was going on. And so they basically went over to that psychic's house to basically ask him or her some questions. Like, why is our house acting so weird? Like, why is the power out and why are there ghosts going on? There's some shadowy figures going on that we don't know about. And she basically told them "Oh, you don't know?" And they said, "No. Let's just say the partygoers are college kids, alright?" And basically, it was a thunderstorm going on around that haunted house. And as soon as that psychic told them what was going on, and she told them there's a dark history going on in that house. How those ghosts came to be? Well, basically, they were ghosts of the innocent people around 1950. They were brutally murdered by a psychopath that was abusing his wife. And basically, let's just say this abusive dude was basically the abusive man killed his own wife and children, including the guests around that place, just because he was drunk. And then after that, he committed suicide after. Just shot himself in the head clean off. And so his evil spirit haunts the place. As the psychic tells them, and one of the college kids asks her, "How do we stop him? Like, how do we cast him away?" And the psychic tells them, getting rid of an evil spirit is not going to be easy. It may look like it's easy when really in reality it's not. She'd be like, "Have you ever seen those shows called A Haunting, or that movie The Exorcist?" And they said, "No." Well, think of it, the situation like that. The only way to set those spirits free is to stop him. Cast him to the underworld, and all those innocent souls will be ascended into heaven. And they said, she told him, gather as much holy water as possible and gather as much sage to ward off the evil spirit, and send her up. Gather as much crucifixes as you can before it is too late. Otherwise, those spirits will be trapped forever. And that horrible man will keep on haunting the place until he is stopped. But luckily, they basically collected all the resources as possible from a church. And the psychic also told him, "Oh, by the way, I almost forgot to tell you, that house that you're having a party in was basically built on top of a graveyard." And the kids were like, "No wonder why the place is haunted." So now we got all the elements that we need to stop this guy. So now the only way we're gonna beat him is to pray and hope for the best. Some of the kids had poor ideas, which in fact did not go well. But luckily, that person was able to lead them into the correct way. And so they began their prayers and their ritual to stop the evil ghostly man. But unfortunately though, he was too powerful. So they had to try everything in their power to basically beat him, no matter what. And he kept slamming them all over the place and almost instantly killed one of them. Just only knocking him unconscious and knocking the other into a coma. But luckily, some of them dodged the bullet. Some of them had to put salt or sage around them, so this way they can be able to hoard him away. And that one ghost was like, "What have you done?" And as soon as they look away for a moment, and then the ghost is right up in their face saying, "What have you done?" And so they're like, "What the heck?" And luckily they were able to like fight off the abusive husband, who was also that evil ghost. And they kept saying, "The power, by the power is vested in me, the power of Christ compels you." They kept saying multiple times, and they said his name out loud to him as he tried to possess one of the campers. No, I'm sorry, college kids. And he said, "I hereby condemn you back to the underworld." And he just roared at them with anger, like, and they had to fight real hard to get rid of him. So they did. And so, with all their might, they basically able to cast him out. And so his spirit was able to be casted back down to the underworld with shadowy arms, grabbing him from underneath and pulling him straight down right into where the pentagram was. Because yeah, this abusive man was basically attempting rituals with demons or the devil. So yeah, you don't want to go near that. And so, and the thunderstorm had passed, and all the spirits were like, "Thank you." And then they just ascended into the light in the sky, which is the gateway to heaven. Everyone was the whole house was finally at peace. And the college kids finally won the battle. And the power came back on. And so they celebrated by basically partying again. But this time they were thanking the Lord for helping them defeat the evil man who abused his wife and killed her and his entire family, including his guests. And one of the abusive man's friends told him, "It really is a shame to see him go down this route. Besides, he only did this to himself." But now the souls, those innocent souls, can finally rest in peace. And those souls were basically innocent children, including young adults, older adults, including teenagers, including parents of any kind. But overall, the kids finally able to ascend all the innocent ones to heaven. And so they all celebrate Halloween once again in peace. So until then, you may never know if another dark and ancient or evil, pure evil spirit may come among them. You may never know. And that's the story of the haunted house among the graveyard. So, if you guys enjoyed this video on the scary story tonight, then please make sure you feel free to blast that like button, and please make sure you feel free to obliterate that subscribe button only if you are new to this channel. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, amigos. And have a happy Halloween.